When you stop worrying about what others are thinking, you free yourself to become the best version of yourself, and that's when greatness happens. Think about it. Greatness is like a fingerprint, unique to each person. It's not about being the loudest in the room or having the most followers. It's about walking through life in your truth, in your authenticity. And here's the kicker. Number 2, perfectionism. Perfectionism is an illusion. So many of us are guilty of it. You're waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. Guess what? Perfection is an illusion. Yo, what's good, family? Welcome to the first episode of the underrated Overpaid Patreon series, man. If you've ever felt like you're walking a road that no one understands and deep down, you know you're tested for more than the average, you're in the right place. I'm Dubble D, and I'm about to take you on a journey. This isn't just some other YouTube series. This is a movement. We're here to talk about stepping into the real you, unlocking the type of greatness that people only dream about. And I'm not talking about the Instagram flex kind of greatness. Nah, I'm talking about that deep level, that deep soulful level greatness that shows up in your actions, in your mindset, in how you carry yourself day in and day out. So, if you're tired of feeling or being underappreciated, if you've ever felt like the world doesn't see your value, but you know that you're built for something much bigger, this series is just for you. And trust me, you're about to find out exactly what's been holding you back and how to break free from it. So sit tight because we're diving in deep today. But first, let me hit you with this question. What would your life look like if you weren't afraid to step into your true greatness? Like if you weren't afraid to be who you know you're supposed to be? Think about that for a second, hold that thought, and let's get into this video. Alright, let's define this thing we call greatness. What is greatness? For some, it's climbing the corporate ladder, others earning that promotion, getting that recognition. Greatness means financial freedom, the ability to wake up every day and choose what you want to do, not what you have to do. But for me, greatness is about living in alignment with my purpose. It's about waking up every morning knowing I'm doing what I was made to do, and at the end of it all, I'm making an impact that leaves something behind, something that lasts. I'm aiming to leave a legacy. Now, greatness isn't about flexing on people or trying to outshine the next person. It's really about being so deeply connected with who you truly are that you stop comparing yourself to anyone else. When you stop worrying about what others are thinking, you free yourself to become the best version of yourself, and that's when greatness happens. Think about it. Greatness is like a fingerprint, unique to each person. It's not about being the loudest in the room or having the most followers. It's about walking through life in your truth, in your authenticity. And here's the kicker. Your greatness isn't measured by what you acquire. It's measured by who you become in the process. So, going back to it, what does greatness mean to you for real? Take a moment to pause and reflect. Doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes, a week, but as long as you're going to come back to the video, right? It's easy to chase someone else's ideal of success. But when you define greatness for yourself, you set the path to your own version of success. Once you know that, everything else falls in place. What's holding you back? Here's the truth. The reason most people aren't stepping into their greatness isn't because they're not capable. It's because they're fighting battles that aren't even real. You're fighting self-doubt, fear, and all this other mental baggage you've picked up along the way. What's funny is that most of the time you don't even realize you're fighting these battles, but once you learn to identify what's holding you back, it's easy to break free from the cycle that is holding you back. The habits, the thoughts, the things, the people, the objects, like it's easy to break free because you understand that this is bad for me and that's bad for me. So I have a couple of reasons as to why I feel I've held myself back for the longest of time, and why people are still holding themselves back. Reason number one is fear of failure. How many times have you talked yourself out of an opportunity because you were scared of failing? The truth is, you've already failed if you don't take the shot. Fear of failure is the number one killer of dreams. But what if I told you your failure isn't the enemy? Your failure is a lesson. It's a stepping stone. The most successful people failed more times than they succeeded. The master has failed more times than the student has tried. If you aren't failing, you aren't trying hard enough, man. Come on, man. You need to fail. You need to fail fast and fail hard so that you get that done and over with, and it's just smooth sailing from there. Which leads me to point number 2, perfectionism. Perfectionism is an illusion. So many of us are guilty of it. You're waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. Guess what? Perfection is an illusion. You'll never get it perfect, and that's okay. The key to greatness is progress, not perfection. Completion, just getting it done. You dig? Having it there to say, I did this at this time, so the next time I can do better. Instead of waiting for things to be perfect, focus on getting started. Let the process refine you. You learn and grow along the way, man. You dig? You learn and grow along the way, which leads on to reason number 3, comfort. Comfort. Comfort is the silent killer of greatness. It's tempting to stay where you are, in the safety of your routine. But guess what? Comfort won't get you anywhere. Growth happens when you step outside your comfort zone. You have to embrace discomfort because that's where you'll grow the most. That's where you'll find yourself in the journey. The journey is an uncomfortable one. I'm telling you, climbing the mountain is a journey that only you can take. They can tell you about it, but you have to go through that discomfort to feel, okay, this is a different feeling. This I don't like. This I like. This I want more of. But you need to master yourself in the feeling of discomfort. You need to bask yourself, bro. You need to bathe in that, bro. You need to be about that. You have to be that guy that just makes everybody uncomfortable because you just pull up and do 20 push-ups. Damn. In the middle of the street, just doing 20 push-ups. That's uncomfortable to see. That's a little uncomfortable to do when you start, but eventually it becomes easier because growth happens outside your comfort zone. You have to embrace discomfort because that's where you'll grow the most. Which leads me to point number 4, negative self-talk. When you tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'll never make it. If this is your internal dialogue, you've already set yourself up for failure because the mind is powerful and what you tell yourself becomes reality. You need to switch the script. Tell yourself that you can. Don't tell yourself you can't. Start telling yourself, I am capable, I am worthy, I am destined for greatness. Affirmations are powerful because they shift your mindset. And once your mindset shifts, everything else around you shifts. Because a man that will not change his diet cannot change his thoughts. You dig? You can try to say that you're doing this, but if it doesn't align, man. Affirmations are a way of reminding yourself and holding yourself accountable for the life that you know you deserve. Right? Which leads me to point number 5. Point number 5 is about short-term thinking. Here's a big one. Wanting the rewards without putting in the work. Listen, greatness isn't about instinct. Greatness isn't instinct. Greatness isn't microwave. It's a journey. Most people give up because they are not seeing quick results. But the best things in life take time. You've got to trust the process, embrace the grind, and understand that the real rewards come with consistent effort and dedication. Listen, I'll tell you a story. When I first started trading, I thought that success was all about the technical strategies, the charts, the setups, the patterns, but after months of grinding, after months of chart work, after months of reading, I wasn't seeing consistent results. I started wondering if trading was just another path that wasn't meant for me. But I took some time to then realize that it wasn't the market that was a problem, it was my mindset. I did not know how to take control of my emotions. I was rushing the results. I was over trading. I was doubting myself. When I shifted my focus from strategies to mindset, when I started journaling my thoughts and reflecting on my emotional state, that's when things began to click, man. Oh, that's when things began to click. So now I'll ask you, what's holding you back? Look deep within, because once you identify your barriers, your hurdles, you can dismantle them, you can jump over them, you can go through them. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you'll start moving towards your greatness. So I'm talking to I and I, who is at the beginning of I and I's journey. You dig? Where you have found yourself in that cycle of negativity and a downward spiral, and you know that you're in a downward spiral and you don't want to be in that downward spiral, so you want to go in an upward spiral. You dig? Now let's zoom out for a second. You can't step into greatness without the right tools. So I'm going to hand over to you the tools for the journey that I have picked up on my way, and I'm still to use and using. That I'm not just talking about like trading tools. I'm talking about the inner tools, the spiritual and philosophical practices that keep you aligned on your path. Here's what you might need. So, from a spirituality perspective, you're gonna need gratitude. You're gonna have to start each and every day by focusing on what you already have. The more grateful you are for what's in front of you, the more life opens up to give you. Gratitude shifts your energy from lack to abundance, and that's where true growth happens. Faith, oh man, let me tell you about faith. Faith isn't about religion, it's about trust. It's trust in the process. Even when you can't see the results right away, this is the cornerstone of resilience. When you have faith, you keep going even when things aren't going your way, when nobody is clapping for you, because you know the universe has your back. Another tool from spirituality that I'm going to suggest for you is humility. So, no one knows it all. Humility keeps you grounded and open to learning. The moment you think you have all the answers is the moment you stop growing. Stay humble, stay curious, and be open to the new perspectives that the universe has to show you, right? And I don't talk about the universe as the creator. No, the universe is also a creation. So the creator speaks to us through the universe. From the side of philosophy, right, what I have learned and the tools I've picked up is, number one, know thyself. Know yourself. Self-awareness is the foundation of all growth. The more you understand who you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, your triggers, the better equipped you are to handle life's challenges. The journey starts within, man. The journey to greatness starts within. Greatness is a choice. You wake up every day deciding that you're going to be great. Everything is a choice. Everything is a decision. You wake up every day deciding you're going to be lazy. You wake up every day deciding that you're going to jump and dance to someone else's song. It's a decision you have to make every day to say, I decide to wake up and be great today. As much as the environment may test me in all what it tests me, but I have the intention to be great today. And I understand that everything that happens is helping me become great. Which takes me to point number 2. Amor fati. Amor fati? Okay, I'm gonna put it up on screen. amor fati, right? This is a powerful philosophy. It means love your fate. Even the hardest parts, man, even the hardest parts, like I'm saying, embrace the journey. Every struggle, every setback is part of your journey. They shape you, man. The losses, the failures, the heartbreaks. Without them, you wouldn't be who you are meant to become. And I'm not just trying to highlight the bad side of things. I'm also highlighting the good sides, like the achievements you set out for yourself to achieve that you didn't tell anyone, the heartbreaks that you went through that you didn't tell anyone. Like, it's part of your journey. Some things you don't have to tell people, right? Which takes me to the next point, which is the hero's journey. Listen, life is a hero's journey. That's how I've started taking it, and I'm not gonna lie, it's revolutionized the way I think. Every challenge, every setback is part of your personal story. It's part of my personal story. I have to embrace it. You have to embrace it. The trials are where you gain strength, wisdom, and clarity. Remember, the hero always returns stronger than they were before. You take that war, that battle, that villain, that enemy that you go against, it's all shaping you to become the best you can be. So, you get me. I know you get me. So, these aren't just ideas or concepts to think about. They're practices. If you make them a part of your daily routine, you'll find yourself aligned with your purpose and more prepared for whatever life throws your way. That's the essence of greatness. Being equipped to handle anything and everything with grace, strength, and wisdom. Because you can't prepare to defeat the enemy. You just have to be prepared to face the enemy. Defeat will be provided by the enemy himself when he lacks, when he shows a gap in his system. So you have to be equipped to handle anything and everything with great strength and wisdom. Let me tell you. Now, listen up. I've dropped a lot of heavy truths on you today, but this journey is just getting started. In the next episode, we're diving into unlearning, because before you can rise to your potential, you've got to shed the things that are holding you down. You've got to release the baggage that's been keeping you stuck in that place that you've been stuck. You dig? Trust me, you won't want to miss the next episode. It's time to shed the old version of yourself and become the person you are meant to be. So ask yourself, what's the one thing you need to unlearn right now, stepping into your greatness? Until next time, family, stay grounded, stay focused, and always remember, the life you want is waiting for you to show up. But you've got to put in the work. You got to do the hours, man. When no one's watching, that's where the real magic happens. This is Dubble D, and I'll catch you in the next episode of the Underrated Overpaid Patrons podcast. We out.